Hey Aries, welcome back. I'm here with your June monthly reading. I'll be back with the weekly readings next week. But right now I'm trying to get all of the June readings out for you so you can kind of have an overview of what's going on for the month ahead. All right, let me get a drink real quick. I've already pulled your oracle cards. A reminder, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't, because those messages are for someone else. All of my readings are done for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, so you might want to check out your other videos and see what messages are in there for you. Also, if you'd like to be notified of your weeklies, monthlies, and bonuses that come out, please like and subscribe to the channel. That's the easiest way so you don't miss any readings. And thank you to everyone who does like, subscribe, and comments. It means the world to me. Just taking time out of your busy lives and busy schedules to spend with me. So with that being said, let's get into it. Okay, we have the Three of Cups in the reverse. Stag spirit, take the lead. Cat spirit, claim your independence. Open your heart. The Age of Light, you've been training for this for lifetimes. And Waxing Moon, the energy is gaining momentum. Okay, so overall, the message here is really, I'm feeling here with the Stag spirit and the Cat spirit, the taking the lead and claiming your independence here, all right? You're choosing not to work with someone on a project, maybe. It could be a partnership, a friendship, it could be at work. Whatever it is, you're kind of going to be taking the lead in that situation, I feel like, and claiming your independence. It may be that you feel like you were kind of like going with the flow, and what that ended up really feeling like for you was that you were kind of being taken advantage of, maybe doing all the work, and it just, it wasn't working for you, all right? So I feel like this month ahead, you're going to be taking charge of this situation. You're going to be taking charge of this group project or starting something completely different on your own. If this is at work, you might not be able to have the choice of being in a group project. If you're at school, you know, you don't always have a choice on whether you're going to be a part of a group or not. So in that instance, you know, you're going to claim your independence and you're going to take the lead, and you're not going to be walked on anymore. You're not going to be run over. You're really going to take charge. This also might be a month that you find some love with this open your heart. Like, open your heart and be open to love coming in is really what I'm feeling here. But with this card here, the Age of Light, you've been training for this for lifetimes. This is, I feel like a life lesson of yours, like one of your soul's purpose here is to find your leadership, to find your leadership style, maybe, to find your independence. Maybe your entire life you haven't had it easy or anything like that, but you know, you've always had someone there kind of helping you along. And I feel here you're going to be kind of breaking free of that, and like I said, just taking charge of your life, taking charge of how you're treated in group settings, I feel like here. And this is like I said, I feel like this is a very big life lesson that you're learning right now, that you're going through, and you're going to come out of this month, I feel like, so strong and independent and confident. Okay, this is like a huge confidence booster for you, and the energy is gaining momentum. So this month it's going to be, I feel like it's going to be pretty quick. Not that it's going to be finished and settled quick, but that like once you start taking the lead and claiming your independence, it's like it's almost going to be like an addiction, not in a bad way though. But you're going to find more areas in your life that you can take charge in, okay, that you can be independent in, is just what I feel like that. So it'll like slowly, like you might start with baby steps and then be like, well, that worked out well, and I feel good, that I feel really good about that, you know, how that turned out, so I'm going to try it with this. You know, it's just going to like a snowball effect, all right? So, Aries, what good, happy messages here. Definitely, definitely some personal growth going on, I feel like, here for this month. All right, let's get into your general for the month. Now, since this is a month, I may pull more clarifiers than I do for the weeklies, since it's a bit longer span time. But we'll see how it goes. Sometimes I don't need to pull clarifiers. Sometimes the cards are pretty, you know, pretty cut and dry about what they're trying to say. They're pretty blunt sometimes. So, and it's very funny. It's like the hardest readings that they're pretty blunt about. Not that I feel like your reading's going to be hard. I feel like this is a fantastic month for you to be growing on. I just saw the 10 of Wands while I was shuffling, and it's the side where he's releasing, you know, his burdens. So maybe you're going to be releasing some burdens too, some worries. All right, Aries, what's happening for Aries for the month of June? What is Aries' focus, obstacle, advice, and most likely outcome for the month of June? Please and thank you. So we have the 5 of Pentacles, Death, Knight of Wands, and 4 of Wands. Okay, so we do have some fire energy here. We have Scorpio here, and we have some earth energy here. Just letting you know what's on the table. Ooh, but we have the Emperor here. Overall, you're just being strategic. You're planning, being confident, being a leader. The Emperor is a leader, all right? Could be a boss, but I feel like this is you. So some of you may have been promoted or are getting promoted at work, and you know, you're having to be strategic, or you're wanting a promotion. Maybe you're wanting to be promoted, or you know, a leader, a boss type of thing. But overall, too many we got right there. Overall, you're just planning ahead. You're being strategic, okay? And you know, like I said, your whole Oracle thing was talking about taking the lead, being in charge, claiming your independence, and I feel like you're doing that, okay? And it's almost like I heard you're trying to figure out how to use this newfound superpower you have, because it almost feels like a superpower, and I don't mean it in a bad way, not for bad things, but you're just like, oh, how can I keep growing this to achieve what I'm wanting to achieve? All right, so your focus here is the 5 of Pentacles. You may be abandoning something, okay? You may be leaving something behind. This is the Abandon card, but Death coming out again. So could be Scorpio energy, but again, I feel like here, I feel like you're abandoning something. You're leaving something out in the cold. Okay, you're moving forward, all right? And you're ending a cycle. You may be leaving a job. You may be kind of in between jobs. That might be why you're having to kind of plan where you're going to go, what you're going to be doing next. But you're definitely leaving something here, okay? But it's also in your obstacle, so it hasn't quite ended yet. You know, it's just still hasn't really ended, okay? So let's pull a clarifier on the obstacle and see if these talk to each other a little bit more. Okay, Ace of Wands. So this not really being, okay, I'm reading this a few ways. Really how I feel like I'm reading this is that something's ended, okay, and or in the process of ending, and you don't really have the passion to start something new right now. You don't really have the motivation, you know, the energy, the passion to really start something new. But you might have the ideas that, again, the Emperor here, you're planning, you're thinking, okay? You might not just be able to act on it yet, okay? Could be because this ending that's not ending, okay, it is preventing you from moving forward as well. My goodness, Aries. Could be right now that the tower is falling, okay? It could be that you're in the transition phase of the tower actually falling. So while the tower is actually falling, you can't, you know, you can't start something new when the tower is in the process of falling. Too chaotic, okay? Too chaotic. But here, your advice is to move ahead anyways. I think it's interesting here that the Ace of Wands is the one that came up reversed with your obstacle, and your advice is the Knight of Wands, especially this side. Okay, so this side really kind of talks to me, like these two cards are almost kind of talking to me as summarizing this card, okay? Let the tower fall and just keep moving forward, okay? Just move forward. I'm kind of feeling like there's nothing to salvage from this. Nothing to salvage. There's nothing to really bring forward with you. Just bring, right here, I'm feeling like this is your passion. This is your motivation, your energy, all right? Bring that with you. That's all you need moving forward, okay? And even though it looks unsure, even though it doesn't look like the best time to leave, you know, it looks like you're just leaving this thunderstorm to head right into another thunderstorm. It's your advice is to just get going. Just get going. Just get moving. Okay? Just get moving. Let's pull a clarifier or two for that. Knight of Wands. Okay, that's too many, but you have the Knight of Pentacles. Just be slow about it, okay? Like, don't rush into the storm. Just be slow about it. You know, the Knight of Wands, he's a planner, okay? He's not really going to take action without thinking about it. He's going to be cautious moving forward. So I feel like you should move forward cautiously, but keep moving forward, okay? See if something actually comes out. The Hierophant. Have faith. Just have a little bit of faith, okay? Just have some faith that where you're going and where you're moving towards is better than what you're leaving behind, because it most definitely is, okay? Because the Four of Wands here as your most likely advice, there's going to be a reason, most likely advice. No, most likely outcome. Sorry. Your most likely outcome is that there's going to be reason to celebrate. There is going to be like a celebration. Could be a reunion type of thing, but not with this thing from the past. Might be something different. I feel like that's talking to me. So we have the Sun in the reversed. And the Knight of Swords falling out. Really what I feel like here is that you are going to have some victories to celebrate, okay? There are going to be milestones this month that you can celebrate. However, you haven't completely reached your happiness. You haven't completely reached the destination. There's still some blocks and things that you're going to have to work through, okay? Doesn't mean that happiness isn't coming. It doesn't mean that happiness is unavailable to you. That is absolutely not what it means. It just means that there's going to be a delay, that you still have some more action and work to do to break down these walls, okay? But as you go along, you are going to have victories, okay? You are going to be making progress towards your happiness, okay? You are going to be getting some clarity about the issue and being able to move forward and take action. You are going to be able to charge towards these blocks and start tearing them down, okay? But this is just a month, and like I said, all the major arcana that you've had, something ending. It's really hard to go from this energy right here to the sun being up in just a month's time, okay? You're working on some major shit this month, Aries, all right? And so don't let this discourage you. There are victories. There are going to be small victories moving forward, okay? You are going to have things to celebrate this month. However, you're still going to be working towards knocking down these walls, knocking down these blocks, charging towards your happiness, all right? But the good news is that I feel like with this energy here, at least this has moved on, okay? So all month you might be having to really leave this, really let this tower crumble and fall, and, you be getting to a place where you can actually start working on your happiness, all right? All right, Aries, let's get into your love reading. See what's happening on the love front. That could have been love, that could have been work. You know how it applies to your situation, so could be just life in general for you, all right? Aries, love for June 2019. What's happening for Aries in love? What messages or guidance do you have for Aries in love? Please and thank you. That's a little too much. Make the effort. Yeah, if you deserve love, heart-to-heart conversations, and let go of control issues. I feel like it's too much, but this is a month, so maybe not. Okay, so make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. You have so much else that you're concentrating on right now. That trying to take control of your love life at the same time is going to be too much. All right. Yes, you are the emperor right now. You are claiming your independence. You are, finding your leadership within, your confidence type of thing. Doesn't mean you have to control love. Okay. I feel like that's one thing you can't control anyways. So heart-to-heart conversations, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Just be honest, okay? Just being honest, everything you do this month is it's just, honesty is the best policy anyways. And remember, you deserve love. You are lovable. So with the make the effort and the you deserve love, I do feel like it is talking to the open your heart card that you had in your oracle cards. The key to this right here is great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Okay? If you're not guided to take those steps, you're really trying to control the situation. You're trying to control love, and it's not going to happen for you. You need to just have faith that you deserve love, that kind of confidence that you're working on. I deserve love. I'm not going to go chasing it, but I am going to be willing to make the effort to open my heart up and, take any action I'm guided to take, okay? And I'm going to be honest. So That's, I have to put them up because there's too many for me to have out with your cards, but definitely a good message in love, Aries. Like, I feel like here with your love, you're not going to have to work as hard on it, okay? Aries, love, June 2019, recent past, current energy, and the month ahead. Please and thank you. Aries, June 2019. Recent past, we have Judgment, Three of Pentacles, and the reverse, Ten of Swords. So things just, really, I'm kind of feeling like fair here, okay? Or there wasn't much clarity about the situation. There wasn't much clarity about where you were or where your partner was, however that feels for you, wherever, you know, however that, whatever side of the table you fall on, this is, you know, can be vice versa. So just plug it into who it feels into. But the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, someone decided to end it. Y'all weren't working together anymore, you know, decided to not work together anymore, all right? And it hurt, okay? But there is definitely an end here, okay? With the Three of Pentacles here in the reverse and the Ten of Swords. Might not have been your decision. It might have been their decision not to work with you anymore. This might have been with the Three of Pentacles coming here in the recent past, and it's showing up. And your oracle, like the very first card I pulled for you, was the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Could be that you were kind of forced to find your independence, to find, you know, to take the lead in your own life, okay? Because you may have been in a partnership or working or a relationship where you really might not have had a voice in it, okay? It really wasn't a productive relationship either. I feel like y'all didn't work together well. Could have been because it wasn't, like I said, you felt, someone might have felt like they didn't have a voice. But either way, it ended and it hurt like hell. Okay, all those swords in your back, you definitely felt betrayed, or maybe they felt betrayed, okay? Current energy, soulmates, the moon, well, the lovers, soulmates, the moon, and the Five of Swords. Some of you are feeling like this was a soulmate, like this may have been your true love, okay? Someone can't really let go of the situation, okay? But there's still some secrets. There's still things you don't know about, okay? Could have been a third-party situation, but there's still something. I'm just saying that because it's there. It doesn't mean it was. If you don't feel like it was, then it probably wasn't. So don't go feeling like, well, you cheated on me, that's why this ended. Might not have had anything to do with it, okay? Just saying, for some of you, the Three of Pentacles here being in the reverse could have been a third-party situation. But with the Judgment here in the reverse in the recent past, there was things you didn't know back then either, okay? So someone still doesn't know everything there is to know about it, all right? But you definitely feel like this was a soulmate, and it probably was. We have lots of them, so... I mean, we have lots of soulmates. So anybody that you have any kind of deep connection with, even, or strong feelings towards, whether it be good or bad, it was a soulmate. So doesn't mean it was the soulmate that you were supposed to be with forever. It just means that maybe you were supposed to be with them for that amount of time. So, but Five of Pentacles coming out, this could have been kind of all about this love, because you have the Five of Pentacles that showed up in your focus. And then this is this month ahead. So I feel like you are kind of reassessing what happened. Okay? You're kind of assessing what happened. This month, you're going to be. Kind of like being like, well, what went wrong? What actually happened? I still really don't know what the hell happened. But you're just going to be kind of trying to reassess it. All right? Just objectively, I feel like here too. Practically. I don't feel like you're getting all up in your feels to assess it. You're like, I just really kind of want to know what happened. Okay, so I don't move forward making the same mistakes. You do feel like this was a complete and total waste of your time, though. This relationship, you feel like it was a waste of your time. But I wouldn't necessarily say that, okay? Because if this is what inspired you to take back your independence, to start taking charge of your life, to start taking charge in lots of areas of your life, it was like a catalyst for this personal growth that you're going to be experiencing this month. So while you feel like the relationship was a complete and total waste of your time, a complete failure, it may have had to have happened in order for this growth to come, all right? So just try and remember that when you're assessing the situation, when you're assessing this relationship, all right? But in the end, you're going to abandon it. You're going to leave it. You're going to let it end. You're going to let that tower crumble. Really going back to your general reading, a lot of this is kind of saying the same thing, especially here in your energy, you know, the month ahead. These three cards are pretty much surmising what, you know, what went on in your general reading. So let's pull some advice for you. I don't feel like I really need to pull any more cards on that front. But let's do some advice for my Aries. Let's pull some advice cards for my Aries. What advice do you have for my Aries for the month of June? What advice do you have for Aries for the month of June? Please and thank you. What advice? Aries, June 2019. What advice do we have for Aries? Oh, okay, let's start with these. These came out first. So I see some fours here. Justice out in the reverse, Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Eight of Swords in the upright. So the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. This might sound like odd advice. Don't think too far ahead, okay? Don't think for the long term so much right now. And I know that kind of sounds weird, you know, it's like kind of plan where you want to go and then start heading that way, but really I'm feeling here you need to focus more on the here and now as opposed to the long term, just for now, okay? With the Justice in the reverse, I feel like there's not really anything else for you to learn about the situation. Like, I feel like you do try and go back and reassess it because that was your, you know, in your bottom row and trying to learn something about it, but there's nothing really else to learn about it that's going to make any difference. Yeah, I'm sure there were still some secrets there. I mean, you could go find them, figure out what they were, but why? like, it's not really going to help you move forward, okay? It's not really going to help you anyway. You know, it's just gonna, in fact, it's just gonna keep you stuck in that cycle. It's gonna keep the tower from crumbling. It's gonna keep, you know, the death of it from happening so you can transition. You know, you're just gonna be kind of prolonging that process. The Four of Swords in the reverse. Stop, you know, just not stop. Watch your feelings. If you start feeling too down, you know, you might want to get out, all right? I feel here you really don't need a whole lot of rest right now. You don't need a whole lot of recovering from this right now, this month. You may next month, who knows? You may even next week. But right now, with how the energy is, you don't really need to rest. You don't really need to seclude yourself and kind of wallow or be sad or upset. You know, you don't need to do that. So watch it. Don't focus on that. You do have the Eight of Swords here. So you need to work on freeing yourself, okay, from this. You need to work on getting out of this, you know, these thorns. Accept some help if help comes in from your friends or whatever it may be, no matter how small the help looks. Maybe it's just, you know, a lunch date with a friend to kind of get you out of a funk. Accept it, because that's going to help you free yourself of feeling stuck, feeling trapped in this situation. And the Four of Pentacles. You should probably watch your money this month. Start saving. You know, just, and then we have the Four of Cups. So you have 3 of the 4s in your advice. So 4 may be a big number for you this month. So just pay attention to it. But the Four of Cups here, you really need to deal with any feelings of unhappiness, okay? Don't stay so stuck in them, okay? And don't focus on them, you know, where you're just kind of immobilized by them. I feel like here it's saying you need to face them and deal with them. Kind of face them head on and be like, this really sucks. I'm really sad. I really miss this person, or I miss the situation, or I miss when they used to do this, or I miss just having someone to talk to, okay? Acknowledge that, okay? Don't ignore it. Don't pretend like you don't feel like that, all right? Really just acknowledge it and work through it, okay? Don't acknowledge it and let it cripple you to where you stay in the house, kind of being overwhelmed by all the sadness. But if you have anything, you know, if you have any kind of negative feelings, I feel like what you need to do is really just face them and work through them, okay? Don't face them and let them cripple you, but face them and work through them, all right? And like I said, I feel like you should be watching your money, saving, you know, keeping things kind of close. You may even not want to be telling everybody around you what's going on. You may want to keep some plans to yourself, all right? You don't have to let the world know every thought or anything that comes through your head. So it could be talking about that, but I feel like for the month of June, saving your money is a good idea right now. All right. All right, Aries, I feel like that's pretty good. I feel like that's nothing really else to tell for the month. I will have weeklies throughout the month, so make sure that you're subscribed so you can see what's happening with those, see if any of the energies have changed, see if the advice starts changing because you've worked through some of it. But other than that, I'm not going to say that this is going to be an easy month for you, but there is going to be a lot of growth. I feel like you are going to grow so much from this month. So there is that, Aries. All right, I will see you next week for your weekly.